Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am here to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I actually have about a week and a half worth of fragrance here, so I do have a lot more than I normally would. I somehow got behind on making this weekly video. I don't know how, because I feel like I've done one every week, but somehow I got myself behind. So with that being said, I've got a ton of fragrances here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. Okay. The first fragrance, this isn't the first one I wore. These are in no particular order. I'm just grabbing. What I usually do is as I wear them, I will just put them in a pile. So anytime I make these videos, they're not in like the actual order I wore them. So this one I actually just wore yesterday. This is Salvatore Ferragamo Signorina, and this is the EDT formulation. I have tried every single formulation of this fragrance, and except for the new one in the bright pink packaging, that one I have not tried because I think it is quite new. But I have tried most of these, and this is my all-time favorite. This is just such a beautiful, delicate rose fragrance. It's creamy, and it is just a stunning, light, airy, creamy, crisp, fresh rose fragrance. This has lychee in it, so you've got that beautiful kind of tart, almost citrus-like quality in the top. It's just gorgeous. It's got something called rice steam in it that gives it just a hint of creaminess without it being in any way gourmand. It's just a stunner. I love this one. I get compliments every time I wear it without fail. It's just beautiful, and this can be found so reasonably priced. This one's really underrated. So this is lychee, grapefruit, rice steam, rose, milk mousse, and cashmerean. I really don't get any of the woodiness or the cashmerean. This one is quite linear. It smells very, very similar 10 hours later as it does when you very first spray it on. It doesn't really change a whole lot. Like I say, it's just quite linear, but this one, for being such a light, beautiful, fresh rose, sticks around for hours. This won't quite get me through my whole workday, but it'll definitely get me through at least the first 8 hours or so of it. So that's good in my book. So anyways, that is Signorina by Salvatore Ferragamo. That is the EDT formulation. The next one I wore is one that is newer to my collection. This is this is Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Amorous Femme. This is a stunner. This one is super citrusy as well. It's like a beautiful, bright, citrusy floral fragrance. It's a stunner. So this one is lemon blossom, California orange, amorous, iris, vetiver, musk, and amber. Super crisp, fresh, floral, beautiful, but it's not like overly floral because it is amorous and iris, which are not like sweet florals. They're more of a green smelling floral, if that makes any sense. More of like a dry floral. So it's just a beautiful, very clean, citrusy floral fragrance. This one being Maison Francis Kurkdjian lasts hours and hours on the skin, can definitely get me through my entire workday, no problem. Yeah, I really, really like this. This is a Maison Francis Kurkdjian that I really, really enjoy. I don't enjoy all of his fragrances all of the time, but this is one that I find really, really beautiful. So again, that is Amorous Femme. The next one that I wore is one that I have had for just a little while, not like a very long time, maybe a month and a half, 2 months, and I have already put a huge dent in this. This is ELOD, or Etat Libre d'Orange, and this is Dangerous Complicity, and you can see this pretty major dent that I've put in this fragrance. That is because when I spray this on, I feel like I really, really have to overspray it to be able to smell it. And even then, it only hangs around for a couple of hours, if that. I really don't get very much wear time out of this one, but I adore this fragrance, so I am totally willing to deal with that. This is an osmanthus fragrance, and I will tell you, I layered this over a lotion that I have been wearing a lot. I just picked up from Bath & Body Works. This is called Whipped Vanilla Chiffon, and oh gosh, this is a gorgeous vanilla fragrance. This is wild vanilla bean, spun sugar, and white peach blossom, and I feel like a ton of perfumes that I wear, or a ton of perfumes that I've been wearing, are layering over this so beautifully, because it's quite a light, bright vanilla fragrance with almost like a hint of citrus in it. It's just really beautiful. But the day that I layered this over this, people at work were like really into it, so it was definite crowd pleaser. The same person that was like really taken with Bluebell when I wore the Jean Paul Gaultier Bluebell, he was also very taken with this combination as well. And yeah, this is just a really beautiful fragrance. So this is osmanthus, leather, and rum. It's got some other notes in it. It's incredibly well blended. I'm typically not the biggest fan of leather, but this is a very smooth leather. It's very delicate. It is not overpowering the fragrance in any way. It's just beautiful. So anyways, that is Dangerous Complicity by ELOD, and I really love this one. And I wear the heck out of it, and like I say, I put a pretty big dent in that one. Okay, the next one I wore, this is one that I, like whatever I had sprayed on earlier in the day had worn off, and so this was like my second fragrance of the day. And this, I love this fragrance. This is called Silver, and this is by Al Rehab. And this is supposed to be a dupe for Creed Silver Mountain Water. This is such a stunning fragrance. This one doesn't last terribly long on me, but somebody commented and told me to pick up the oil in Silver and then layer this over the oil, and then I'll get a ton more wear time out of it. So I'm definitely going to do that, because this is heaven. I mean, seriously heaven. This is woody notes, floral notes, citruses, watery notes, white musk, and green notes. So super specific there, but I don't know what any of the notes actually are, but it's just fresh. It's just that slightest bit kind of sweet. It's just beautiful. Silver Mountain Water is like a good name for it, and this is a dupe of that. So yeah, just really nice. But the spray alone, I'm only getting maybe an hour out of at all, but it's worth it because it was like $10, and it's just such a good fragrance. So anyways, that is Silver by Al Rehab. The next one I wore is such a classic. This is a super hyped up perfume, but in my opinion, it deserves all the hype. I know there are a lot of you out there that don't enjoy this one, which I could also see. I could see not liking this fragrance, but this is Elie Saab Girl of Now. This is another one that I've had my bottle for probably 2 years now or so, maybe even longer. But this is one that you don't need to spray a ton on, and I put a pretty good dent in this one as well for as many perfumes as I wear. Oh gosh, I adore this fragrance though. I mean, the color of the liquid on this one really just says it all. This is such a beautiful fragrance. You will see, that is one thing that you guys are going to notice very quickly in my what I wore last week fragrances. You will see the majority of these will be crowd pleasers, because I tend to stick to crowd pleasing type perfumes for work, just because I tend not to wear anything that's too like out there or anything that is kind of challenging to wear, just because if it's challenging for me, I know that it's going to be incredibly challenging for other people. So I tend to stick to fragrances I know people are just going to enjoy. And this is one of them. This is another one of my fragrances that I get a ton of compliments on. This is Orange Blossom and Pistachio. It's just gorgeous. Almond milk, I believe. Let me tell you the notes actually. Mandarin orange, pear, pistachio, orange blossom, magnolia, almond, patchouli, cashmere, tonka bean, and almond milk. It's sweet, it's beautiful, it's not overly floral, it's not like an edible gourmand. It's just gorgeous. But again, I know a lot of people have told me they just really, really don't like this fragrance, and I could totally see that. This fragrance is a lot. It's thick and syrupy and can become cloying, so, and it is a beast. This thing will stay on your skin for hours and hours. It'll stay on clothing for days, so yeah, I love it though. So Elie Saab, Girl of Now. Okay, the next one is one that I just picked up. You would have seen it in my, well, actually no. I did film a haul video, the video that, or the haul that I got this perfume in. Unfortunately, I completely deleted that video, like gone forever, and then by that time I had put all those fragrances away, so I didn't even know, like I couldn't even put the haul back together for you. So anyways, you'll eventually see them all, I'm sure, at some point, but this is one that I hauled just recently. This is Haramain Janu Rose. So at first I bought Janu Noir, and that one did not work for me, and unfortunately this one does not work for me either. With these fragrances, my skin tends to really pull out the synthetic quality in these. They do smell sort of synthetic in the bottle, but man, once I get it on my skin, it is like synthetic overload. My skin just does not do well with these fragrances. They smell amazing in the bottle. It's just the problem is once they get on me, they just don't smell good. So unfortunately, this one will be leaving my collection. I have tried wearing this a few times, most recently today. This is what I'm wearing today. And it smells okay on my clothing, but it just, there's something about this. I can't smell any floral. I don't smell anything. Well, let me tell you what the notes are. This is bergamot, ylang ylang, cherry blossom, powdery notes, heliotrope, rose, amaretto, amber, tonka, and suede. And I don't smell any of those things, honestly. On me, this one just goes incredibly like woody and like a chemical wood, or like a chemical oud type smell. It just, I don't get any of the florals. I really don't get much of the powderiness even. It just goes like straight synthetic wood, and it's just not nice on me. So yeah, this one unfortunately isn't working for me. It will be going up on my Mercari, and yeah, I'm sad about it. But and I think that that's probably going to be the extent of my experimentation with Haramain, unless it's like their oils. I do like some of the oils, but these, I haven't had an Haramain fragrance work for me yet, unfortunately. So anyways, that is Haramain Junoon Rose. The next one is one that you would have seen in my most recent haul. I love this fragrance, and I'm so happy I picked it up. This is Coach Floral. This is the Eau de Parfum, and this is a stunner, especially this time of year, and this lasts so well. Like, this got me through an entire workday. I could still smell it at the end of the day. It's beautiful. It's slightly floral, mostly like fruity, citrusy. It's fresh, it's yummy, it's delicate. It's just beautiful. So Coach Floral is citruses, pink peppercorn, pineapple sorbet, rose tea, jasmine sambac, gardenia, wood, patchouli essence, and musky notes. So I don't get any patchouli in this at all. I can't smell patchouli. I'm getting mostly the citruses and the pineapple sorbet. There's a slight rose in the very background, but it's very delicate, very light, and it's mostly drowned out by the citruses and the pineapple note. But it's beautiful, and this is one that is a fresh fragrance that really lasts all day long. Like this, I get really good longevity with this guy, so happy I picked this up. I really, really enjoy this, and again, that is Coach Floral. Okay, the next one that I wore is an oldie. I love this fragrance so much. I love anything by Stella McCartney though. I mean, I don't think I've met a Stella McCartney fragrance I don't love. This is Stella McCartney Pop Bluebell. So this one I have to spray because I don't like the sprayer on this though. I love it. I love it so much. I love Pop as well, just the one with the pink cap, Pop. But Pop Bluebell, oh my gosh, is beautiful. I did a really crazy layering one time with Nasomato Nudiflorum. I had put that on before I went to bed one night, and even after I took a shower, you could still smell the Nudiflorum because it's that much of a beast. And that I was scared that people at work would not enjoy Nudiflorum because it is quite a kind of skanky, musky fragrance that I adore, but I don't know if everybody else would. So anyways, I layered this over the top of it, trying to get the Bluebell Pop to be what most people would smell. And the combination of those two fragrances it was so good. And like, I got so many compliments on it, but this is just a gorgeous English Bluebell fragrance. I had no idea when and I've looked up the notes on this fragrance so many times, but today I actually took the time to read like the whole like paragraph about this fragrance, and I had no idea that real English bluebells are actually endangered. And because of that, they, I think this was one of the first fragrances that they used headspace technology with to get the actual, like, true English bluebell fragrance without damaging the plant in any way, which I thought was really interesting. But this is just a stunning fragrance. This is English bluebell, fresh, dewy scents, and sandalwood. So just like Pop, Bluebell Pop, or sorry, not Bluebell, regular Pop, I believe, is basically like synthetic tuberose and synthetic sandalwood. This one is basically synthetic English Bluebell and synthetic sandalwood. So it's stunning. I adore this fragrance. I'm so glad I have such a huge bottle of it because this is another one that I have really put a good dent in, and this is what it's been discontinued, and I literally never want to be without my Stella fragrances in my collection. So anyways, that is Stella McCartney Pop Bluebell. The next one I wore, and I'm so sad about this because I ordered a bottle of this during the semi-annual sale from Victoria's Secret, and they canceled my order for my bottle of this fragrance, and I got the body cream to go with it, and they canceled my order for both of them. I was so sad because this is my all-time favorite Victoria's Secret perfume that I have ever smelled. This is Oh So Sexy, and unfortunately all I have is a roller ball, and I use this thing sparingly. I'm pretty sure that this has been discontinued at this point, and people do resell it, but they sell it for like $50, and I'm not gonna pay $50 for a Victoria's Secret perfume, but gosh, I adore this so much. This is an apple fragrance, and it's basically apples and whipped cream, and that's exactly what it smells like. It smells like a super creamy but fresh, crisp, juicy apple. It's so good, and I adore it. But this is bergamot, apple, and whipped cream, basically. So you get like the beautiful, crisp, citrusy note from the bergamot, and then you get the beautiful, sweet, yummy apple and the creamy whipped cream, and it's just such a stunning apple fragrance. And this is very similar to Modern Princess from Lanvin, but this one is just, it's got more body than Modern Princess does. Modern Princess is quite airy and light, and it's lovely, but this just has a little bit more oomph to it, if that makes any sense. Like, it's a little bit thicker smelling. There's just more body to it, if that makes any sense. So that is Victoria's Secret Oh So Sexy. The next fragrance that I wore is one that it was the first time I had ever worn this, and I adore this. This is Hermes Un Jardin Sur Le Nil, and oh gosh, this is beautiful. This one leans quite masculine. It's got some spices in it that make it lean quite masculine, but I adore this. This is fresh smelling. It's beautiful. It's classy smelling. So this is green mango, lotus, incense, calamus, and sycamore wood. So sorry, not spices. It's got incense in it. It's beautiful though, and there's something kind of spicy smelling about this though to me. Like it could have spices in it. It's beautiful though. I really enjoy this. Longevity on this guy is not great. I got a few hours out of it before I couldn't really smell it anymore. I've heard though that with these kind of lines from Hermes, you don't get the best longevity or the best performance out of them, but that's okay. I mean, I enjoy them in the heat. I like to spray them on in the morning and then it'll wear off and I'll just put on another perfume. So not one that I would wear to work, but definitely one that I enjoy when I'm just kind of hanging around the house. So anyways, that is Hermes Un Jardin Sur Le Nil. Sur Le Nil, sorry. Okay, the next one I have is one that I picked up at Marshall's. This has been some months back. It was definitely wintertime when I picked this up, and I wore this. This is called Kahaia from the Body Shop, and I wore this again paired over my Whipped Vanilla Chiffon fragrance, or sorry, lotion. And this one is another one that, now that I've actually given it a really good wear, is just not good with my skin. My chemistry is, it just doesn't mesh with this. This is a beautiful white floral though. It's got tuberose in it, I believe. It's got jasmine, I believe. It's a beautiful white floral, but I have a ton of fragrances like this, and this one does not jive with me very well. So this is another one that'll be going up on Mercari, which I hate to do because these have been discontinued. They're really, really hard to find. And it's like the collector in me wants to keep it just to have it, but then at the same time it's like I don't want it to sit around and just go bad when somebody else could have it and enjoy it. But yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle all the time to get rid of things, but I have to make myself do it. Okay, so Kahaia is jasmine sambac, Kahaia flower, and benzoin, but I think I smell tuberose. I'm pretty sure there's tuberose in here. It's beautiful though, really beautiful. Like, I wouldn't call this a beachy white floral because it's not, this one isn't beachy. This is more of just like a pretty traditional kind of summertime sweet white floral. But anyways, that is Kahaia from the Body Shop. The next one is one that I am so happy I picked up because this is such a gorgeous fragrance. This is Kenzo Power. This is the men's fragrance though. It says it's an eau de toilette fraîche, which I could see, but I get some pretty good longevity out of this one. I definitely get like a good 3 to 4 hours out of it for being kind of like an eau fraîche. Well, I think it's somewhere between like an eau de toilette and an eau fraîche. This is so good though. I ran across this because I was looking for an alternative to Tom Ford Soleil Neige, and this one, because Soleil Neige just does not last on my skin at all, this one actually performs better than the Tom Ford, amazingly, even though this one is like an eau fraîche, or you know, something like an eau fraîche. So this is spicy top notes, coriander, bergamot, cardamom, amber, and woody notes. It's beautiful. It smells very, very similar to the Tom Ford. The Tom Ford has a carrot seed note in it though, and I adore a carrot seed note in fragrance. And this one is lacking that, so that's where the major difference is for me. It smells enough like it that I basically have the same experience. I don't miss the Tom Ford in my collection at all, and I'm really excited to have this one. So this is Kenzo Power for men. The next one I wore is, this one I think I wore to bed one night. I don't know why, I was just craving something really like easy breezy and I don't know, I guess just easy breezy to wear to bed that night. And I picked up Jeanne Lanvin, and this, I love, love, love this fragrance. It's a beautiful, beautiful Lanvin. This one, like I say, super easy breezy, nothing groundbreaking, but just something feminine, and like the color of the ribbon, this light pink ribbon, really says it all about the perfume. And even the liquid is like, my bottle has fingerprints all over it, I'm sorry. But even the liquid is like the most delicate light pink color, and that kind of says it all as far as what this smells like. So Jeanne Lanvin is blackberry, lemon, pear, peony, freesia, raspberry, rose, sandalwood, amber, and musk. It's just beautiful. It's delicate. It's lightly floral. There's some citruses in the top. You definitely get the beautiful blackberry note. The pear is there, but it's not like dominant. It's just adding like maybe a touch of sweetness. It's just beautiful. This is one of the Lanvin fragrances that I absolutely recommend. I think it's a totally safe blind buy. The longevity on this one isn't great. This is another one that I've put, you know, I haven't had this for too terribly long, and with all the perfumes that I go through, this is one I've put a nice little dent in. So, because I tend to overspray, and this one is no exception. But anyways, that is Jeanne Lanvin from Lanvin. The next one I wore this one right after I hauled it, and so if you saw one of my last weekly hauls, you would have seen this fragrance. This is Burberry The Beat. I did pick up this partial bottle on, sorry, this thing keeps smacking into it. I did pick this one up on Mercari as a partial bottle, and this is kind of a typical Burberry fragrance. It has that kind of Burberry DNA. I really, really like this one, and typical for Burberry, this thing lasts forever. This easily got me through an entire workday. I could still smell this when I went to bed that night. This is one of those fragrances that I can't spray on a fragrance to go to bed because I'm still gonna smell like this. So yeah, beautiful. So this one is Tea from Ceylon, Iris, Bluebell, Bergamot, Cardamom, Pink Pepper, Mandarin, Light Musk, Vetiver, and Cedar. It's just beautiful. I mean, what can I say? Burberry fragrances are just classic smelling. They're beautiful. They're safe. Now, safe as far as other people will probably think you smell pleasant. Not safe as far as blind buying, because some people just really don't like Burberry. So this is one I definitely would recommend you test first, but it's such a good one. That is Burberry The Beat. This is the EDP formulation. The next one I wore is another Burberry. This is another one I just picked up. This is Burberry Her, and this is beautiful. If you like Baccarat Rouge 540 or fragrances like that, you will love this. Francis Kurkdjian is the perfumer on this one as well, and it's beautiful. It smells very similar to Baccarat Rouge 540, and I hate to even bring this up, but because I am of the opinion that a lot of Francis Kurkdjian fragrances smell like each other. Somebody did make a comment on my last video saying, I don't know why you do this weird thing by saying that Francis Kurkdjian copies other people or copies himself. He's a genius and a master, and he does not copy anything or anyone. Now, number one, I never said that Francis Kurkdjian copies anybody else. Number two, it is undeniable that Francis Kurkdjian makes fragrances that smell like other fragrances that he has formulated. Does that make him any less of a fragrance genius? No. If he is copying his own work, that doesn't mean that any of his work is bad, because it's his own work. So before people get offended because I say that Francis Kurkdjian's fragrances smell similar to some of his other fragrances, maybe you should get your nose on them yourself, because this person clearly didn't realize that Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely was a Francis Kurkdjian fragrance, that Narciso Rodriguez, I think they did realize that Narciso Rodriguez was a Francis Kurkdjian fragrance, but they were saying how Narciso Rodriguez in the black bottle, the EDT, was a masterpiece, and Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely was trash that just got hyped up because of Sex and the City. And that's fine. If that's your opinion, that's totally fine, but do realize that you're trashing Francis Kurkdjian's work by saying that Lovely is trash. So I'm just gonna quit it there, but if you're watching and you get offended by that, please click out of this video now, because you're gonna hear me every time I talk about a fragrance like this, you're gonna hear me say that it smells like Baccarat Rouge, which is another Francis Kurkdjian creation. So with that being said, this is beautiful. It lasts on the skin absolutely forever. And yeah, this has got a beautiful berry note in the top, so it's a little bit different from like some of the other fragrances that smell or that are in that vein of Baccarat Rouge 540. So, and sorry I just had to get sassy there for a second, but I do get tired of being attacked because people get their feelings hurt because I have an opinion about something. That's what I do. I give you my opinion on fragrances and you can take it or leave it. And we don't always have to agree, but attacking me over something silly is not cool, and I'm just gonna block you or delete your comments, because at the end of the day, we're talking about scented water or scented alcohol. Francis Kurkdjian is not solving world hunger. If I'm not, it's just ridiculous. It's a matter of opinion. If you don't think that any of his perfumes smell similar, then awesome. I'm glad you've never come across anything that smells like Francis Kurkdjian creations. I mean, that's great, but please don't come attacking me because I have the opinion that they do smell similar. So anyways, sorry to get sassy, but that's, yeah, clearly that one made me hot. Usually they don't, but that one did. Okay, so Her is crushed berry fruit, violet, jasmine, woods, and amber. Very beautiful. Again, smells very similar to BR 540 and lasts absolutely forever. And last but not least, I wore Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. This is the EDP formulation. And as much as I absolutely love these, I need a sip. As much as I absolutely love these fragrances, and I'm happy to have them in my collection, these perform so terribly on me. And I'm gonna try them in the winter time, like when it's cooler out, because I have a feeling that they'll hang around a little bit longer in cooler weather. But the heat just kills these, and these end up, this one wasn't terrible. This wasn't as bad as like some of the others that I have. This one hung around maybe 3 or 4 hours, but this was one that when it wore off, it was completely gone. Like there was no trace of it. It wore off after about 4 hours, and then I didn't have any perfume on for the rest of the day, which is so sad, because my perfume helps get me through the day because I work such long days. So it's like nice to constantly have my perfume there to, bring me some comfort. And this one was just gone. But I do love this. It smells amazing. This is grapefruit, quince, jasmine, hyacinth, musk, iris, cedar, and amber. Really beautiful. I love it. So anyways, that is Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. I am so sorry this is the longest video ever, you guys. I really let that get away from me, but I did want to share all of them with you. So yeah, I just went ahead and made this super long video. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.